Welcome to San Pablo, California for today's matchup between the visiting San Jose Jaguars, coming on with a record of 0-4, and they will be taking on home team Contra Costa. San Jose won the toss, but they decided to defer, and they will be receiving the kickoff for the start of the second quarter. You have two teams coming in today looking to get untracked. The Comets come in with a record of 0-5, 0-1 in conference, while San Jose City comes in with a record of 0-4 and 0-2 in conference. Both teams lost last week with similar scores. Contra Costa on the road against Merced was blanked 50-0, while San Jose City was on the road as well to Monterey Peninsula, and they lost as well 50-0. So what we do know today is that one team will be celebrating for the first victory of the season. This is a non-conference game this afternoon between both teams. However, a win will go a long way for both teams. Had a chance to talk to the coaching staff for San Jose City prior. One thing that they mentioned was the fact that the 58-man roster, they have 50 freshmen. And we are now going to listen to the Star Spangled Banner. With the conclusion of the national anthem, again, you have both teams coming in with records of Contra Costa, the home team, 0-5, while the visiting Jaguars of San Jose City 0-4. 0-2 in conference are the Jaguars, and 0-1 in conference is Contra Costa. The referee will be Steve Carter, umpire will be Dave Wellington, linesman Joe Castanalo, side judge Ken Thomas, back judge will be Michael Fowler. Field judge will be Rich Robertson, and the line judge will be Troy Welch for this junior college matchup this afternoon. Contra Costa represents the American Pacific 7, while San Jose City represents American Golden West Conference. If you take a look at both teams, one area that they both need to address this afternoon would be defense. Contra Costa gives up a total of 416 yards a game on defense, while San Jose City College gives up 353 yards per game. Both teams score low in terms of offense. Contra Costa 11.6 points per game, while San Jose City College 13 points per game. So again, as we mentioned earlier, somebody will come out this afternoon with the win. And San Jose City won the toss, but they deferred until the second half, so they will be receiving the kickoff starting the third quarter. Here's the opening kick by San Jose, and that'll be returned by Contra Costa at the 20-yard line. And he will be dragged down at the 30-yard line. So this is an opportunity for Contra Costa to get their offense on the board. Starting quarterback this afternoon will be Riley Lee, the freshman out of Albany High School, comes into the game. So far this season, 40% of his passes have been completed. No touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 3 sacks. So Lee in the gun. 2 receiver set. Lee sends a man in motion. Fly sweep. And that'll be dragged down. Nice hit by number 22 for City College of San Francisco. That's Xavier Wilkins. That was Kyrie Jackson, the do-it-all receiver on this fly sweep. So it will be 2nd down and 5 at their own 36-yard line. Opening minutes of the game. Contra Costa wearing white helmets and blue jerseys and pants, while the visiting Jaguars of San Jose City have purple helmets, white tops and bottoms with purple piping. There's a handoff off the middle and be brought down by a host of City College defenders. That was Ronald Kidd on the carry. Be 3rd down and 5. They lost a yard, actually 3rd and 6 at their own 34-yard line. 14:06 remaining in the first quarter. Opening minutes of the game. 2 receivers set. For Lee in the gun. Receives the snap. Lee back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Lee rolls to his left. And he would take it and be ran out of bounds and tackled. Now will be Contra Costa first possession. 3 and out. And they'll be punting the first punt of the game. So first possession for Contra Costa was 3 and out. Now City College has the opportunity to return this punt. Possibly good field position. One area that Contra Costa has struggled with this season has been the kicking game. Maybe Jarvis Cowell, left-footed kicker for the punter. There's a punt by Cowell. And it will be down by Contra Costa at the 26-yard line of the Jaguars of City College. Now we have an opportunity to watch San Jose City come out on the field. Their first offensive possession. Starting quarterback is Joseph Catano, freshman. Completing 52% of his passes this season. Throwing for 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And has been sacked as well this season. Quite a bit. So as we mentioned earlier, San Jose City comes in the game averaging 13 points a game. 199.8 yards total, 126 rushing. First play of the game, a handoff up the middle. That'll be brought down by number 7 for Contra Costa. That's Michael Bird, it looks like. That's the wrong number. Sorry, number 7 is Anthony Franks. So Franks with the first tackle of the game to be 2nd down and 9 at the 28-yard line of the Jaguars of San Jose City. 12:46 remaining. First quarter. It's the second drive for City College. Fakes a 5 sweep. Catano back to pass. Throws it out on the left flank. And it's caught by the running back for City College. And that's number 1. And that's Kurt Augustus, the receiver. Freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And that will be the first down of the game for City College of San Jose. San Jose going left to right in their white uniforms, purple helmets. 2 receivers set, slot left, I formation. Catano with the handoff, and he will be brought down by a host of Comets led by number 42. That will be Julius. So 2nd down and 12 for the Jaguars at their own 38-yard line. 11:37 remaining in the first quarter. No score. Augustus in motion. Catano back to pass. Rolls to his right. Throws it out, caught by number 87. And that would be Matthew Falcon, freshman out of Gunderson High School in San Jose. And that will be 3rd down and 5. 4th play of the drive for the Jaguars. It's an opportunity for the Comets to get off the field. As we mentioned, both teams have struggled offensively this season. So this is an opportunity for the Comets to get off the field and get their offense back on the field. 3rd down and 6. 44-yard line. Catano under the center. Back to pass. Throws it out, and it will be caught and dropped by the freshman, Kurt Augustus. So that would be the last play of that drive. The 4th down and 5, and City College elects to punt. So both teams have had one possession. Both teams have punted. So that must bode well for both teams in regards to City College of San Jose giving up a ton of points this season, as well as Contra Costa. So both teams defensively have been able to stop each other's offense. There's a punt. And that ball will go out of bounds at the, looks as though it'll be out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So City College of Contra Costa City College will have an opportunity to get their offense back on the field for the second drive of the game. Same personnel on the field. Ronald Kidd, the running back, along with Riley Lee. Tyreek Owens, the receiver, flanked out left. Lee in the gun, 2-back set. Hands it off to Kidd over the right side. He has some room. He'll be dragged down by number 36. That tackle was made by Gabriel Fernandez, freshman out of Oak Grove High School in San Jose, California. So 2nd down and 7. 21-yard line. Contra Costa, Riley in the gun. Again, 3-receiver set. 2 backs. Riley receives the snap, back in the pocket. Steps up, throws it out to the right side, and is caught by his running back. And that was a short gain to Kidd. And so it will be 3rd down. Actually, no gain. So it will be 3rd down and 7 at their own 21-yard line. It's important for Contra Costa now to move the sticks, stay ahead of the chains here, because they don't want to give San Jose an opportunity to work with a short field. So again, 3-receiver set. Lee just flips his receiver. Moves Quadri to the left side. Lee in the gun rolls out to his left. On the move, throws it, and it will be incomplete. Ball was intended to Tyreek Owens. So that will be the second drive for Contra Costa. And they come up empty. And they'll be punting the ball again. And that'll be Jarvis Cow with the second punt of the game. No first down so far for Contra Costa. They've had 6 total plays, 3 and out for both possessions. San Jose City should get good field position here as a fair catch was made by number 84. And that is Keontae Bellamy, freshman receiver out of Oakland Castlemont High School in Oakland, California. So San Jose City College will take over at their own 47-yard line. 9:10 remaining in the first quarter. No score between the Jaguars and Comets here in the campus of Contra Costa, San Pablo, California. 3-receiver set for Catano. Catano fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, and throws it. It's complete. And he'll be taken down by number 16. And that's Javon Sewell. Pass was complete to his receiver, That's Matthew Falcon. So it was a short gain, 2nd down and 1 as Catano rolled to his right. Found his big tight end, Falcon, for a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 at their own 49-yard line. Neither team has been able to cross midfield so far. That's Catano back. And he will be sacked by number 3. And that's Javon Kitchen with the first sack of the game. And we have the quarterback seems to be down. So Kitchen put the hammer on the quarterback. It looked like it's an injury on the field, and we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back to San Pablo right after this. So we're back to the campus of Contra. Costa. Looked like Catano was walking off the field under his own power. So now quarterback would be, looks like Michael Bird, number 6, a freshman out of Piedmont Hills, San Jose, California. He'll take over for Catano. So that was Javon Kitchen with the sack. And it pushed these Jaguars back. It'll be 3rd down and 14. At the 44-yard line of San Jose. Pass is incomplete. A screen to number 84, and he's on the move and breaks a couple of tackles, and he's still rumbling down for a 1st down. So a quick screen to the freshman Keontae Bellamy, and that was George Landeros. Came in, first pass from Mount Pleasant High School. So his first pass was positive for a 1st down. The second first down for San Jose this first quarter. And also looks like we have a penalty as well.
Personal foul.
And a personal foul on the tackle.
Low hit to the quarterback.
So roughing the passer.
Automatic 1st down.
On the end of that, so that attack another 15 yards on that. So San Jose City College would take over at Contra Costa's 15-yard line. And they're in business. 1st and 10. And you have to like the poise of Landeros with the quick screen. The nice play call by the coaching staff of San Jose. 3rd and long. They go to a quick screen to Keontae Bellamy. He was able to rumble down for a 1st down, and the add insult to with the personal foul. Has a handoff over the left side. That's by Dante Mills, the freshman out of Fremont, Sunnyvale, California. As I was mentioning earlier, had a chance to talk to the coaching staff for the Jaguars, and they mentioned that out of their 58-man roster, 50 of their players are freshmen, so that bodes to their growing pains at the moment. And their offensive line, they had a couple of key injuries on their offensive line as well. So it explains why they're young, they're green, they're trying to learn, and then your starting quarterback gets injured. There's a rollout to the right, throws it in the end zone, has a man open, and it'll be incomplete. As he went to Kurt Augustus. And that's Landeros to Augustus in the right corner end zone. Just led Augustus just a tad bit too long. for the incomplete pass, and it will be third down and 7. At the 13-yard line of Contra Costa. So this is a key drive for San Jose City to get 7 on the board versus 3. And also this is where Contra Costa defense needs to step up, make a play, get a turnover. So 3rd and 7, 3 receiver set for Landeros. Receives the snap in the gun, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his left, and he will be sacked. An incomplete pass broken up by number 21. And that was Anthony Holmes, the linebacker, got out as Landeros was flushed out of the pocket to his left, was able to avoid the rush. Made the pass, was incomplete. So it will be 4th down. And it looks as though the Jaguars are going to try for a field goal. This is a 27-yard field goal, actually a 30-yard field goal for San Jose City. Snap is down, kick is up and good. So San Jose City scores a 6:48 in the first quarter, a 30-yard field goal. And we'll be back to San Pablo right after this. Welcome back to the campus of Contra Costa. Contra Costa trails 3-0. 30-yard field goal made by the freshman Michael Corrales Lopez out of Gunderson High School. So 3-0. The visiting Jaguars lead. Contra Costa is back to receive this kick. And they receive it on the 15-yard line. And he will be dragged down. And that's what Contra Costa will start their offense. 1st and 10. That was Jalen Phillips with the return. And back on the field is the freshman quarterback Riley Lee. Coming into the game, as we mentioned earlier, Lee has completed 40% of his passes, 29 for 72. No touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 3 sacks this season for the freshman for Albany High School. 4 receivers for Lee in the gun. Sends a man out in motion, and that will be caught. And that will be caught by Morrell. He's up the right side, and he'll be brought down out of bounds. And that's Morrell Robinson with the quick screen from Lita Robinson. And that's Contra Costa's first down of the game. And a nice play design by the coaching staff for Contra Costa to get Robinson on the edge, and he was able to make some things happen. 4 receivers set. Robinson, the fake handle, that's Lee, kept it. A run pass option, the RPO. And Lee will be dragged down with a loss of a couple. So 2nd down and 12. Actually, Contra Costa lost a few yards on that, but nice job by Robinson earlier. Get on the edge, make a couple of men miss up the right sideline. Some positive yards for the Comets. It will be 2nd down and long. Lee in the gun. 4 receivers set. Robinson flips to his right. Sends a man in motion. And a high snap, and then also a penalty on the play. So we'll see what the penalty is. Looks like it's going to be some sort of legal motion. False start. So a false start for Contra Costa. So a once promising drive is starting to push back. So it's second down and long. These are self-inflicted wounds by Contra Costa. You go from a first down close to midfield to second down and long. They move back to their own 43-yard line for Contra Costa. 4 receiver set for the freshman in the gun, Lee. Where's number 11? Lee receives a handoff, steps up in the pocket, throws it downfield, and it will be intercepted. The pass was intended to his receiver, and that was intended to Jaden Key. But the interception by Contra Costa, and it looks that was Oliver Toure, also was illegal motion for Contra Costa. That makes matters worse. And San Jose would decline that penalty. And that will be the 4th interception of the year for the freshman Riley Lee. He's trying to go downfield. He overthrew his receiver. So that's his 4th interception of the season. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, 5:09 remaining in the first quarter. Comets trail by 3. Handoff, and the runner is just continuing to bowl over, and that's number 26. That's Fred Wilson. Came in the game averaging 4.2 yards per rush. 41 rushes this year for 174 yards. Also 1 touchdown this season for Wilson. Went over the right side for a nice gain. A gain of 8. Second down and 2 at the 28-yard line of San Jose City College. Quarterback still in the game. That's George Landro since he came in. Put some spark for the Jaguars. It went down and got a field goal early, and there's a handoff, and that was snuffed out by Contra Costa. That'd be a short loss. That tackle was by number 47, Contra Costa, and that's Rashawn Francois with the tackle. So 3rd down and 4 at the 26-yard line of San Jose. 3:59 remaining. First quarter. Three receiver set. Single back. Augustus in motion. Landros under center. Steps back. Steps on the pocket. Pulls it down over the right side. He has room to run. And he'll be ran out of bounds. He's dragged out at the 50-yard line. Actually, the 47-yard line. So another first down by Landros. Used his legs on that play. That's the 4th first down thus far this afternoon. And Landros, since he's come in the game, the Jaguars offense has been moving. And that looked like that was a design run as Landros went back in the pocket. Man coverage all over. And he just took off over the right side. Was able to gain a bundle and move into Contra Costa's territory. And that will be indeed a first down for San Jose City. Contra Costa's territory on the 47-yard line. So it's first down and 10, Contra Costa's 47-yard line. Landros back, throws a fade down the field, and it was just out of the reach for his receiver. Pass was intended to Ricardo Verduso from Mount Pleasant. San Jose, he's a freshman as well, and that's the theme here this afternoon. Freshman. As we mentioned earlier, San Jose City, man of 58, roster of 58, has 50 freshmen and 8 sophomores. So they're getting a lot of training on the job here this season. And so next year they should be much more comfortable playing at the college level. So it'll be second down and 10, 4 receivers set. As Landeros under center, steps back in the pass, rolls to his left, rolls to his right. He'll be dragged down. No, he escapes. Langeros throws it downfield and it'll be caught. So Langeros shows his strength in his legs, and it was caught by his receiver, and that would be a first down. He was drilled on the play, but nice job by Langeros to keep it alive. Big play for San Jose City College. So again, Langeros using his legs, his ability to escape. Shed the tackler, rolled to his left and found his man down the field for an impressive first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Fakes the fly sweep, and there's a penalty on the play as well. Looks as though that may be a false start. It's a false start for City College. That's their first penalty of the game.
First down.
No turnovers thus far for both teams. So that will push back San Jose 5. That'll put them at the Contra Costa's 33-yard line. Already with a 3-0 lead on the field goal, 6:48 in the first quarter. Lopez from 30 yards nailed the field goal and put the Jaguars up by 3. First down and 15. Langeros with the pitch. And he will be dragged down by a host of Contra Costa defenders along the tackle. Be number 55, that's Javon Washington. He was on that tackle as well. A host of blue-clad Comets was able to snip that play out. So it will be 2nd down and 16, a loss of 1, 34-yard line of Contra Costa. Jaguars 3, Comets 0, 1:33 remaining in the first quarter. 4 receivers set for the Jaguars. 1 running back. That's Wilson to the right. Quarterback steps back and is a screen to Wilson, and he will be dragged down. Nice job by Contra Costa. You had Anthony Holmes on that tackle as well, along with Javon Sewell. They read that play, so it will be 3rd down. So again, a once promising drive for San Jose City College. With that 1 penalty, pushed them back. Now they have 3rd and long. Contra Costa's 34-yard line. It should be the last play of the first quarter. Contra Costa trails by 3. So defensively, if Contra Costa is able to get another stop here, force a long field goal or a punt. Langeros, and it will be intercepted. Contra Costa, first turnover of the game, and that was a deflection and intercepted by Anthony Holmes. Pass was intended for the receiver slashing across the middle. It was deflected in the air, the old tip drill, and Anthony Holmes was able to snag that turnover. This is the 2nd turnover of the game, first for San Jose City. And Contra Costa will take over at their own 44-yard line, trailing by 3 with 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. This should be the last play of the first quarter before we move into the second quarter. Contra Costa going from their right to left, dressed in their navy blues with the white helmets. Lee in the gun. Sends a man in motion. Hands off. And that's to Robinson over the left side. And he'll be dragged down, but not before a gain of 5. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. Contra Costa trailing 3-0. We'll be back to Contra Costa right after this. Comets trail 3-0. Welcome back to the campus of Contra Costa. Contra Costa has the ball start of the second quarter. Turnover returned by Holmes. Contra Costa is in business at their own 47-yard line, trailing by 3. Lee in the gun. 4 receivers. Screen. The right side, and is caught and complete. That's Kyrie Jackson on the pitch and catch. He ran out of bounds for a short gain. So 3rd down and 5. 3rd and short. Contra Costa now has moved into Jaguar territory. The first time that they reached and passed midfield thus far today. They have an opportunity now to continue this drive. They want to stay ahead of the chains and get a first down and have that turnover to pay dividends. Lee in the gun. 3 receivers set. Sends a man in motion. As Owens fakes the fly sweep, hands off, and the Jaguars read that play perfect as they faked the fly sweep to Tariq Owens. They handed the ball off up the middle to Morrell Robinson, and San Jose City College was all over that play for no gain. So a once promising drive in terms of a turnover, the first turnover of the game for San Jose. Contra Costa was not able to pay dividends on that, and they have to punt the ball right back to number 84, Keontae Bellamy. And Bellamy will pick it up at the 12, and he will be pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and that's where the Jaguars will take over. 1st down and 10. 13:36 remaining in the second quarter. Jaguars with the lead, 3-0 on a field goal at the 6:48 mark. That was by Lopez. So Michael Corrales Lopez, freshman out of Gunderson, San Jose, California, was able to knock down the field goal for 30 yards. And that's the lone score of the game this afternoon. Both teams looking for their first win. San Jose City comes in with a record of 0-4, 0-2 in conference. While the home team Comets come in 0-5, 0-1 in conference for this non-conference matchup. It's a fly sweep. Contra Costa did a great job of reading that, and that was to Daniel Momand with the fly sweep, brought down for a short gain, actually a gain of 5. A favorable spot by the officials. 2nd down and 4. So offense for both teams have been a concern this season. As we mentioned earlier, Contra Costa came in averaging 11 points a game, while City College 13 points a game. Both teams gave up a ton defensively. Quarterback back to pass, and it was batted down. Pass was batted down by number 98 for Contra Costa. So it will be 3rd down and 4. 12:48 remaining. Second quarter. Jaguars with the lead, 3-0. Contra Costa has an opportunity to get their defense off the field here. Now, the last time the Jaguars have been in trouble, they used the legs of George Landeros, quarterback freshman. Was able to run for one earlier. And then a 3rd and long, they used a screen play. And that was Keontae Bellamy, who was able to pick up 25 on the 1st down. So Landeros back to pass, steps on the pocket, flushed out, rolls to his left, and he will be dragged down, tackled for another sack, 3rd sack of the game for Contra Costa. And that tackle was made by number 21. That's Anthony Holmes. He's already had a big game, showed his impact earlier with the deflection earlier, with the tackle. So Holmes is playing big this afternoon. Holmes, the linebacker from Aurora, California, Cherokee High School. So 4th down and 3. Jaguars will punt. Their First punt of the game. And it will be down at the 25-yard line. So that's where Contra Costa will take over. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. We'll be back to San Pablo right after this. Welcome back to the campus of Contra Costa. Comets have the ball, first and 10, their own 15-yard line. 11:58 remaining in the second quarter. Comets trail by 3. 3 receivers again for Contra Costa as Lee flips the receivers and tight end. Lee in the gun receives the snap, and it will be blown dead. False start against Contra Costa, and that's not a great way to start. So they will be first and 15 at them, backed them up 5 more yards. So they'll now be starting at the 10-yard line. First and 15 at the 10-yard line for the Comets of Contra Costa. I'm sure the coaching staff is not pleased with that. They came right after a change of possession and get a false start. So first down and 15 at their own 10-yard line. Comets trail by 3. Lee in the gun, receive the snap. Quick pitch to Robinson over the left side. And Robinson will be dragged down. And that looks as though that will be a loss. Tackle was made by a host of Jaguars. So now you're, with that loss, you go to second, and that was a loss of around 4 or 5, so it's almost second and close to 20. The ball is now at the second and 19 for the Comets of Contra Costa. Backed up deep in their part of the field. 4 receivers. Lee, a quick screen, and he was just leveled, and that pass was to Kyrie Jackson, and Jackson was just hammered on the play. And that was Oliver Toure who came up and supported that. So now you have third down and long. So Contra Costa needs to be safe. Can't afford any turnovers in this part of the field. They trail 3-0 already here in the second quarter. So 2 receivers, 2 tight ends set, and there'll be a timeout on the field for Contra Costa. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back to San Pablo right after this. Welcome back to San Pablo on the campus of Contra Costa. Today's non-conference matchup between the 0-4 Jaguars against the 0-5 Comets of Contra Costa. It's third down and 30 at their own 10-yard line. Contra Costa, Lee in the gun. Another quick screen, and it's intercepted, thrown right to the defender, and it will be a touchdown for San Jose City. So just like that, a turnover on their own side of the field, And Contra Costa will give up a touchdown for a pick 6 into the end zone for Contra Costa. So just like that, Contra Costa deep in their own territory, a pick 6 in the end zone, threw it right to the defender for San Jose, and he waltzed in for a 10-yard touchdown at the 10-17 mark. Field goal is pending. Currently, Contra Costa down 9-0, depending the field goal. And the field goal is up and good. So with 10-17 remaining in the second quarter, Contra Costa trails 10-0, and we'll return back to San Pablo right after this. But let's take a look at the highlight. Here it is. Lee back to pass and was picked off by number 24. That's Dylan Grant, the linebacker, sophomore, one of the few sophomores on the team, and he went in to score the touchdown. So we'll be back to Contra Costa right after this. Comets trail 10-0. Back here on the campus of Contra Costa, and San Jose is looking to kick the ball off to Contra Costa after the 10-yard pick 6 by Dylan Grant. That put Contra Costa down by 10 at home this beautiful afternoon, beautiful Saturday afternoon. Fleet Week here in the Bay Area. And there's a pooch kick by San Jose. And it will be played by Contra Costa and dragged down. And that's Robinson. And so Michael Corrales Lopez angled pooch kick right. And Robinson, Morrell was able to track the ball down, but nice coverage by the Jaguars as Contra Costa now will start their offense at the 15-yard line. And that's the second interception again for Lee. It's number 5 for the season. So it's Robinson in the gun behind Lee. 3 receivers, and another penalty. And another false start, it looks like, for Contra Costa. Delay a game for Contra Costa. And I tell you what, their last 2 possessions has been disastrous. Starting deep in their own territory. It was 3rd down and 30. And they tried to run a quick screen, and Dylan Grant was having none of that. He stepped in and rambled in for a pick 6 for 10 yards. First touchdown of the game. Lee, quick pitch to Robinson over the right side, and Robinson will be dragged down.
Walk away.
Richard Fiedelin with the tackle. And so it will be 2nd down. There was a loss for Contra Costa. So 2nd down and 15, actually no gain. 9:47 remaining in the second quarter. Last time on this side of the field was disastrous for the home team Comets. As Lee threw an interception, his 5th interception of the season to Dylan Grant. He waltzed in for the touchdown. The 10-17 mark in the second quarter. Lee in the gun. Slot right. Lee rolls out, hands the ball to Robinson, and he will be dragged down for a short gain. So it will be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and long for Contra Costa. And I would imagine they'll have some sort of running play here and try to play field position at this point because they cannot afford a turnover on this side of the field. So 3rd down and 15 at their own 11-yard line, trailing by 10, 8:48 remaining in the second quarter. Lee, slot left, Robinson to his left. Lee rolls to the left, and he will throw downfield. Here's a man open, and it was Kyrie Jackson with the completion. So Kyrie Jackson, their big play receiver, was able to step up big. You can see here, Lee rolls to his left, throws it downfield, and his big-time receiver was able to come down with that, and that's Kyrie Jackson, sophomore out of Kennedy High School in Richmond, California, local kid. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Lee pitches to Robinson. Robinson over the right side, and he will be dragged down. So Robinson will be thrown for a loss, and that was to Richard Fiedelin, linebacker, sophomore, one of the few sophomores from Piedmont Hills High School in San Jose, California. One of 8 sophomores that are on the team for the Jaguars of San Jose City. So 2nd down, 13, Contra Costa on 38-yard line. 7:46 remaining in the second quarter. Comets trail by 10 to the visiting Jaguars, dressed in their white uniforms, purple helmets, purple piping. Lee hands the ball off to Robinson for a draw, and he will be dragged down, so it will be 3rd down and long. So they tried a draw out of the gun run, and that play was sniffed out by Rafael Alvarado. Now you're talking about 3rd down and 12 at the 39-yard line of Contra Costa. Trailing by 10, 7 minutes remaining, second quarter. Lee in the gun, slot left. Robinson to his left. Again, the roll Lee out to his left. Being chased. Lee. And he will be dragged down, and the ball was fumbled and picked up by Robinson. And he will be tackled short of the 1st down, but Lee rolled to his left. And the ball was on the sack, strip sack, as Lee was attempting to pass. Robinson had the presence of mind to pick up the football and try to make something out of nothing, but he will be dragged down. But a positive play on that end. There was not a turnover, but nonetheless, it will be 4th down.
4th and 12.
And Contra Costa's left-footed tight end, Kyle Jarvis, number 15, will be punting to number 84, Keontae Bellamy. Bellamy had a big 3rd down possession early in the game when Landros came in. It was 3rd and long, and ran a quick screen to Bellamy. Bellamy with the fair catch. He drops the ball. He muffs the punt, and he called for a fair catch. But the referees are pointing in San Jose's direction. But Bellamy muffed the punt. However, he was able to recover, and so Contra Costa will not get a turnover as Bellamy was able to recover on that muff punt. So San Jose City will take over at their own 30-yard line. Already with a 10-0 lead. A field goal by Lopez, 30 yards at the 6:48 remaining in the first quarter. And a pick six by Dylan Grant, 10-17, 10 yards for the second score of the game. And that's where we're at, 10-0 for City College. There's a fly sweep to the freshman over the left side. And that was to Kurt Augustus. And a gain of short, around 4. So second down, so they ran a fly sweep to the freshman Augustus, going right to left. Gain of 4. Second down at their own 34-yard line. Jaguars with a lead. And again, both teams coming in with a record of Contra Costa 0-5. San Jose City 0-4. There's a handoff up the middle. And that was to Fred Wilson. That'll be a short gain as well, so it will be third down. So as we spoke about earlier, unless there's a tie, one team today will be celebratory at the end of this. So since the quarterback, Cantano, went out with an injury, Landeros, another freshman, has came in and has done well. There's a handoff to Wilson again. He makes a couple of men miss. And he will be able to get the first down. By Wilson was attacked behind the line of scrimmage. Put a couple players in a spin cycle, was able to come out of that. And it looks as though it will be, unless they're going to come out with a measurement, but the referees say no, that is a first down. And that's what the linesmen say. So a first down for City College of San Jose. 4:58 remaining in the second quarter. San Jose City with the ball. Trips right at their own 40-yard line. Wilson, the lone back. Landros under center. Quick screen to the freshman. Augustus behind the line of scrimmage. A lateral, and it was dropped but picked up. Bad throw by Landros to his freshman Kurt Augustus. They tried to run a smoke screen. Was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and that play was doomed. There's the pass. You can see there. It was on the ground. The freshman was able to contain it, but is dragged down for a loss of 10. So second down and 20 at the 32-yard line of the Jaguars. So this is where the Comets of Contra Costa defense has to step up and get off the field and get their offense back on the field here. 4 receivers set. Wilson moves to the right of Landros. Landros in the gun, receiver snap, steps up in the pocket, flushed out, throws it over the middle, and it was caught. So again, Landros has shown his ability to avoid the rush. A Houdini act he pulls in the grasp of the defenders again. He was able to use his legs to get away and find his receiver. And that was Keontae Bellamy. He's had a couple of big third down catches. And that's a big one because now it moves moves San Jose into Contra Costa's field position. First down at the 48-yard line. Matthews in motion. Landros fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, throws downfield, and it's short. Pass was attempted to Bellamy. And a penalty on the play as well. So we have a flag down. And we'll see what that flag is. The referee, Steve Carter, made the call. And so it looks as though it's roughing the passer against the quarterback, and that add an additional 15 yards. So another 15 yards moves San Jose City closer to the red zone as they already have the lead of 10-0. 3:09 remaining in the second quarter. And we also have to remember that the Jaguars will receive the opening kickoff to start the third quarter, as they deferred, as they won the toss. Landros hands the ball off to Wilson up the middle, and he will be dragged down for a short gain of a couple. And on the tackle, you had Julius McDade and crew. So second down and 9. at the 33-yard line. No hurry for the Jaguars. 2:32 remaining in the second quarter. 3 receivers set. Landro's back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Avoids a man. Throws it out of bounds. And he's outside the pocket. But let's see if they call an intentional grounding here. There was no receiver in the area. You can see the officials are talking about it. And there's the flag. So it will be intentional grounding by Landeros, as he was able to avoid the rush. But he threw the ball out of bounds, and there was no receiver in sight. Easy call for the officials. So that'd be loss of down, and that also will push the Jaguars back as well. So it will be 3rd down and long at their own 38-yard line. Actually, they're on Contra Costa's 38-yard line. So the Jaguars are on Contra Costa's 38-yard line on the intentional grounding call by the referee, Steve Carter. With 2:20 remaining in the second quarter. And the officials are meeting in the middle to sort this out. So they're deciding where they spot the ball, it looks like, and they will indeed walk backwards. And so it will be 3rd down and long. 3rd and 26 at the 50-yard line. They're in midfield, right on the logo. 3 receivers set. Wilson lone back. Landros under the gun, and it will be a timeout by the Jaguars. We'll take a timeout as well. Comets trail by 10. We'll be back to San Pablo right after this. Third down and 26 for visiting Jaguars. Welcome back to the campus of Contra Costa. Beautiful afternoon. Fleet week in the Bay Area as well. This non-conference matchup between the Jaguars and Comets. 3rd down and 26 on the intentional grounding. 3 receivers set. Landros, the ball was tipped, but completed to his running back. And that will be short of the 1st down. That pass was to Dante Mills, freshman out of Sunnyvale, California. And it will be 4th down. And let's see what the Jaguars decide to do. They bring their punt team out. 2:12 remaining in the second quarter. Jaguars will be punting the ball off to Contra Costa. That'd be Kyrie Jackson deep for the Comets. There's a snap, there's a punt, and Kyrie's indicated fair catch, lets it roll down, and Contra Costa will take over on downs at the 3-yard line. So Contra Costa will take over at their own 3-yard line, trailing by 10. 2:04 remaining in the second quarter. Last time they were down here, Contra Costa has had difficulties all afternoon long in their side of the field. A pick 6 by Dylan Grant. 2 drives earlier, the 10-17 mark. placed Contra Costa 10-0. Only scoring in the game is done by by San Jose. And remember, we talked about the fact that City College, San Jose averages 13 points a game. So far, they have 10 with 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 3-receiver set. Handoff to Robinson, and he will be dragged down for a gain of a couple. So it will be second down, and a fumble by Robinson. And just like that, Contra Costa with their third turnover of the game, a fumble by Robinson. The 154 mark, and that does not sit well for the coaching staff for Contra Costa. They've had disaster all afternoon long on their side of the field, and that just adds on to the self-inflicting wounds. Now you have the Jaguars have a chance to really put this game away. First down and goal at the 8-yard line. 3 receivers set. Landros with the fake, and he fumbles the ball as well. So Landros with the option, he fumbles the ball, but it was recovered by the Jaguars. That could have been disastrous for the Jaguars, but a great opportunity missed for the Comets, as Landros went for the option, faked the pitch, decided to keep it. The ball was knocked out of his arms, recovered by his offensive lineman. So second down and goal at the 4-yard line. 2 receivers set, 3 receivers set. Trips right. That's Mills to his right. Landros hands the Mills over the left side, and he'll scamper across for a short gain. And it will be third down and goal at the 2-yard line. So if Contra Costa is able to come away here just giving up a field goal, they have to be really good going into halftime. They cannot allow a touchdown in this situation under no circumstances. We'll see if Contra Costa defense can come up with a big play. So again, 3 receivers set, trips right. Mills behind, and another timeout on the field. And so San Jose City, they will take another timeout, their second timeout of the quarter, of the half, and we'll take a timeout as well. Contra Costa trails 10-0 to the visiting Jaguars. We'll be back to San Pablo right after this. .7 seconds remaining in the half. Watching Bay Area Sports TV. My name is Joaquin Wallace here in San Pablo, California, the campus of Contra Costa. This non-conference matchup between the Jaguars and hometown Comets. Third down and goal at the 2-yard line. Comets trail by 10. Landros with the handoff, fakes it, and he keeps on the right side, and he bounces it out, and he will go in. So Landros was initially stopped, but he was able to bounce out, shed a couple of tackles, dive over the right side. Hear it again. You see, fakes the handoff inside, decides to run, sheds a tackle, and dives into the end zone. And that will be his first touchdown in the game, and that will be the second touchdown in the game for the Jaguars as they take a lead of 16-0 with the field goal pending. And the field goal, the point after, is up and good. So 21.9 seconds remaining prior to halftime, and the Comets trail 17-0 to the visiting Jaguars of San Jose. And we'll be back to San Pablo right after this. Welcome back to San Pablo Bay Area Sports TV. My name is Joaquin Wallace. We're here on this beautiful afternoon in San Pablo on the campus of Contra Costa. Contra Costa, the home team, and dressed in their navy blues. White helmets trail the visiting Jaguars, dressed in their white, purple pipings and purple helmets. 17-0. Landros with just a short touchdown on the turnover. Another small pooch kick for the Comets, and that will be dragged down by a host of Jaguars, and the Comets will take over. 17 seconds remaining before half, trailing 17-0. We mentioned earlier coming into the game that the Jaguars of San Jose averaged 13 points a game, and thus far they eclipsed their average as they're at 17 points a game, while the home team, Comets, averaged 11 points per game, and currently they're blanked thus far. For the last 6 quarters, it looks like Contra Costa has not scored a touchdown. First down handoff to Robinson over the left side, and a conservative play, and he'll be dragged down. And it looks as though Contra Costa is content to go into half and regroup as they trail 17-0. Looks as though it's a skirmish on the field, but it looks as though timeout as well by the officials. Actually, Contra Costa calls their final timeout of the half, trailing by 17. So I would imagine this may be some sort of Hail Mary pass from Lee. Try to get it to his man, Jackson, his most athletic receiver. Try to get some sort of points going into halftime. But remember, the Jaguars deferred their kickoff as they won the toss, but they deferred, and they will be receiving the kickoff starting the third quarter. Already up 17-0. So we'll see what the coaching staff for Contra Costa draws up here. They took their timeout on the field with 2 seconds remaining. You see starting quarterback Triggs, he's out. He has a cast, a boot on. So that explains why he's not playing. And they call the timeout, so they're going to wind up taking a knee here and going into halftime. And there's a fumble. There's a planned play. And that's a face mask. So the half can't end on a penalty. And so Contra Costa will get another opportunity. But it looks like that was a sort of trickeration for Contra Costa as they lined up for, like they was taking a knee. And he wind up snapping the ball. And you see here, there's a face mask by number 54. So the play can't end. That's Casillas, Warren Casillas with the face mask. So Contra Costa will have another opportunity to attack on 15 yards from that face mask. And we'll see what their draw. There's no seconds remaining in the half. So half cannot end on a defensive penalty. So Contra Costa will get one more opportunity. I'm sure they may just try to throw it in the end zone to try to get a tip. a Hail Mary into a score into halftime. So referee Steve Carter indicates it indeed is a face mask. Contra Costa will take over at San Jose's 33-yard line, trailing by 17. This will be the last play of the half. And again, they line up. They're going to take a knee. Last time they did this, it was a trick play. This time, actually, there's another trick play again. And Lee throws it downfield and is intercepted and dropped. So the last play of the game, Lee indicated, and they went for it. Here's a leak, drops back, throws it downfield, and it was nearly picked off, dropped by the San Jose defender. And we'll go to half. Contra Costa trails 17-0 to the visiting Jaguars of San Jose. We'll be back to San Pablo